What's going on, YouTube? This is Rob A again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Lazerback. This is the new Transformers Prime season is going to be called Beast Hunters, and this is the new toy line. It's fresh out on the shelves. I don't even think that this has hit saturation yet. But I was very lucky enough that my little brother found this guy at our local store and got it for me for Christmas. So thanks a lot, bro. And we're going to be taking a look at Lazerback today. Lazerback is a Predacon. It's the return of the Predacons. And as you can see, there's a new faction symbol. It's kind of a dragon head. And I believe this guy is in fact supposed to be a dragon. I think all the main bad guys are kind of dragons or some such. But you can take a look at the packaging. As you can see, the big main bad guy of the line is there. I'm just going to give everybody a heads up now. I don't know what's going to be contained in the bio for this guy. There may be spoilers for the show. There may be other things that you just don't want to know about. So if that's the case, I would just fast forward ahead now to, I believe actually that the bio is on the instruction booklet for these guys, so you may just want to skip ahead to where I'm actually handling the figure itself, and that's it. Just a quick disclaimer for you guys. But aside from that, on to the rest of the figure. We're going to take a quick look at the technical data or tech specs. He's actually got quite high for strength, intelligence, endurance. This guy's kind of a baddie here, man. As you can see on the back, it's got his robot form and the dragon form. Yeah, it's officially dragon mode, all photoshopped up for you. Let's see, Lazerback, chaotic Predacon rebel whose only goal is to scour Earth clean of the Autobots. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, there's a co-cell on the bottom. We've got Bumblebee, Wheeljack, and Soundwave. I actually also have Soundwave, so his review will be up very soon as well. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. We're just going to go ahead and get this guy open because I'm really excited for these. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, here is Lazerback out of the package. And after fiddling around with this guy for a little while, I can say with some certainty that this is a weird toy. I mean, it's awesome. It reminds me a lot of the Beast Machines toys. I think would be the closest thing I can think of offhand. As you can see, he's like kind of a lizard monster. I mean, it says he's a dragon, but he's certainly not any dragon I've ever, I've ever heard tell of. But, I guess, dragons are whatever you make them to be. His mouth does open and close there. He's got a chomping jaw, and that's cool. So here he is from the front, from the side, and the back. And I mean, he's posable. He's got the usual dragon limbs become robot limbs syndrome. So he's got all the posability there, which is very nice. He's a very large feeling deluxe. And quick comparison here. Here he is with the Viacon, and as you can see, he's really quite large, quite bulky compared to this compact little Viacon here, and that's really cool. I do like this guy a lot, and it's just hard to describe because he's just so bizarre. His head really doesn't move all that much. I mean, you can move it down a little and up a little. It does come down more, but it reveals the robot head, due to transformation. The tail is not really posable. but it is a soft rubber, so you can kind of move it around. The whole gimmick in this mode is that he's got the this kind of launcher that pops up from his back, and that is just a missile launcher, so it does fire. Not terribly far or terribly well, but it does fire. And the top of the launcher here has these two soft rubber panels which form the back itself, and they are soft rubber, as you can see. But they feel solid enough, like they plug together okay, and they don't really warp too much. But they do come down to reveal the launcher a bit more. I'm honestly not sure why. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I just don't think it was necessary, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't look like any more of a launcher this way than it did when it was, still had the back pieces on. So I've just been leaving it just like that, just kind of having it come out of his back. There you go. Be careful, because the launcher is pretty sensitive, and I have shot this thing off and had to search around the room for it a few times. But we're going to take a quick look at the instructions, and then we'll move on to transformation. Okay, so along with Lazerback here, you get a very large instruction sheet, and it's two-sided, so it's like a poster. This thing is huge. Everything about these toys has just been really big. So the instructions have a bio going on here, and I'm going to read this off. And again, if you don't want spoilers, this is the point to move forward. This is actually Tales of the Beast Hunters, Chapter 3, continued from Chapter 2, Deluxe Soundwave. Oh, I guess I should have done Soundwave first, but... Alright, so we get Lazerback, and it's got an interesting little image of the figure there. He has a toxic strike blaster, disintegrates and destroys most armor. Double blast can melt massive targets in seconds. Acidic fumes can cause unprotected circuits to short out. Okay, so this is his bio here, I guess, or his story. And it says, even as he floated helpless in the darkness of the hyper-revolution chamber, Lazerback could hear what happened around him. He heard much of what Shockwave said in his strange voice, and he knew before he emerged what his plan would be. Now, freed from the chamber, he is no longer interested in what the Decepticon scientist who cloned him has to say. Lazerback refuses to serve under anyone, not an overlord like Megatron or a conqueror like Predaking. Instead, he is determined to see chaos reign. Stealing a tracking device from the lab, he blasts off, hoping to see chaos made king by the destruction of two tyrants who stand in his way. Okay. So that's interesting. So he doesn't really have a necessary affiliation. He's just kind of a rogue agent. So there's that. And we're going to move on to the transformation. And as I'm sure you can probably tell, it's fairly simple. And we're just going to pull this off first. That's going to be his weapon, and we'll just set it aside. We'll come back here, and we'll pull the tail off. That'll also be a weapon. We'll set that aside. So we're going to fold this up, and just kind of out of the way here. Then we'll take the tail and just fold that up against it as well, and just kind of tuck everything up and out of the way there. Come down here and squeeze the hips together like so. Straighten out the legs a little bit. He's still going to have kind of the chicken leg thing going on here, but they do straighten out a little bit. All right, and it's weird. He's got these like extra joints in his leg here that I don't know if they're meant to be for one mode more than another, but he tends to use them in both, whether you plan on it or not. So, yeah, there's that. We're just going to take the halves of his chest and just pull them out to the sides here. This little piece is going to come down. Then the dragon head is going to come down and in. Just lock in there. And then we're going to pull this back up and just peg it to the sides of the dragon head like so. You can fold these back if you like, get them out of the way. And then we're just going to come over to his arms, pull these back, and just kind of fold his dragon feet out of the way. Turn his hands, same thing on the other side. Turn his hands, and I have a really loose foot on this leg, but it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter. And of course, just flip the shoulder pads however you like them. I'm just gonna put them up to get them kind of. And there you have Lazerback. And again, he really reminds me a lot of Beast Machine's toy line. Just toward the latter part where they got all the super chunky beasts, and I like him a lot. It's very reminiscent of that. So let's take a quick look at his articulation. His shoulders are on ball joints, like so. And he has an elbow swivel and elbow joint. He has pretty limited elbows, but it works for him. He has a wrist swivel due to transformation. And he has no waist at all, but ball jointed hips here, somewhat limited out to the sides. Yeah, definitely limited out to the sides. He does have a swivel at the knee. He's got a joint here, a joint here, a joint there, and ball jointed feet. So he can get some pretty crazy leg poses going on here. And he is very stable. His feet are nice and big, and they can hold him in a lot of decent poses. Especially once I tighten up these ball joints a little bit. But his head is also on a ball joint. And we'll start off with a close-up of his face here. It's a little bit Dinobot-ish, actually. His head, again, is very, very loose on this ball joint, so I'm going to have to put a little nail polish or something on there. But he's got a cool head sculpt. I do like his head sculpt. The paint on mine, I think, is a little bit messed up. As you can see, he's got kind of a bluish-green eye there, and just a purple paint blob on that side. So, QC issues, you want to watch out for that, if possible. Yeah, so you can stick the tail in his hand. Just be a little bit careful. It can sometimes be kind of difficult to get the peg in there, as this whole piece is just soft rubber, and it'll tend to want to just like waggle the peg around instead of actually getting it on. And you can stick the launcher in this hand, or vice versa, whatever makes you happy. You can pull that down, I guess, to look like something. And yeah, there you have Beast Hunter's Lazerback. Okay, we're going to do a quick size comparison here, and we're just going to use our old standby, the Deluxe Viacon. And as you can see, the Viacon is a little bit taller, but Lazerback here is definitely a lot wider, a lot chunkier. He does have a lot of air pockets in his limbs. As you can see, even for transformation, he has a lot of air in there. But he doesn't feel at all light or flimsy. He feels very solid. He feels very chunky, and it's a good feeling. I rather like it. I think it's a step in the right direction. For these, I do wish they did a little bit better job on the paint, as the paint does seem kind of sloppy. But you can't have everything, I guess. Maybe I'll just repaint it myself, or whatever. And the ball joints definitely, the tolerances on the ball joints definitely need to be addressed, because they're pretty loose right out of the package. But otherwise, I do enjoy this figure, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a medium recommendation. I don't think anybody should go out there and kill themselves trying to find this guy on the pegs, but if you see him, I would definitely recommend picking him up. Definitely worthwhile. He certainly is not without his flaws, but you know, you're gonna kind of get that these days. It's gonna be harder and harder, I think, to find a perfect Transformers figure. He's not bad at all. So, as always, thank you very, very much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, why don't you go ahead and give me a like? Those are always appreciated. If you'd like to see more, definitely subscribe. And if you'd like to let me know what you think about this guy or about my reviews or anything, go ahead and leave a comment. And yeah, I've got a lot more stuff coming up, guys. I'm very close to 100 subs, so I'm going to do something a little bit special for that, I think. And in the meantime, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.